All right, hey there, Paul Crowley here. Zydeco 3-row accordion in GCF. So last time I just kind of went over a one-chord song in G. We built up to it. It was Downtown by Beaujacques. We started on the C row from the G note on a push. That was G, and found that if we pull 2, 3 fingers, so push, that's a G chord. And these notes are pretty commonly used. And then we put the flat 7 in, which I got right here, still maintaining this finger position. And the G note over here on the bass. We threw that in. And so just a little bit about me. So I play bass with a regional Zydeco band, Lil Ann and Hot Cayenne from Ithaca, New York. And I've been, it's been a number of years now. And I wanted to learn accordion. And I based it on my experience of traveling. We went to Louisiana several years ago. And I sat in with Leroy Thomas's band. I sat in with Roy Carrier. We went to the Offshore Lounge in Lawtell. We did a Zydeco breakfast in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana. We stayed in Lafayette. It was a really great experience. What I found is, if you're from the culture, then you've grown up listening to the music, and you can tell by what the accordion's playing where to go, either knowing the song or knowing what the intention is from being immersed in it. Like that's an E minor. But it's hard for somebody from outside the culture to pick that up. So I sat in, I was at a big disadvantage. And they typically don't say, hey, here's the chords, but they'll play a little. And that gets you in the ballpark. So I found transitioning and trying to learn how to play here that what I need to do is, besides just learn these melodies, is to be able to express to a band what the chord structure is to the song. It's very helpful to be able to do that. The other thing that happens is when you're playing with folks who aren't native to the music is they may want to play something and just have you jump in as an accordion player. So I started to have to learn what a lot of the notes were. And I'm pretty simple with it yet still, but I thought I'd share some stuff if it helps somebody else who's just starting. What I like to do is be able to tell a band at least if they want to jam on a song, like, hey, I can do G, C, F, I've got E minor, I've got A minor, and as we get away from those keys, I'm not as good, E major, I can do it, A major, but the ones that are more Zydeco 3-row friendly. So, what I found out about this thing is that I think the nature of the diatonic button is that there are triads. There are 3-note chord triads all over the place. So when we've got our... I'm playing that, but there's an actual G chord here. Yeah. On the push. Now, if I pull and I shift one finger this way, that's an A minor. So I got G now, A minor. On the C row, it's the same thing. I've got C, D minor. And on the F row, I've got F, G minor. So, what that lets me do, like for example, and another thing I do just quickly is I simplify the riffs. There's a lot of trills and complicated things that are happening that I'd like to ultimately be able to do, but the nature of the music, keeping it danceable, is a lot of times I'll boil down and simplify my riffs so that I can groove with a band. And as I grow, you know, hopefully I'll be able to do some of those. You want to hear some pretty cool stuff, I may have mentioned Keith Frank, Chris Arduin, Chubby Carrier, just very advanced. But to get to there from here, I came up with some things and I figured I'll share them, you know. Like, so Keith Frank, Breaking Your Heart. It's actually breaking my heart. It's typically, that is played on a 1 row. But what's cool about it is I got an A minor right here. So I play it on a 3 row and I use this, there's the A minor. My heart, tearing it all apart, breaking my heart, tearing it all apart, breaking my heart, tearing it all apart, breaking my heart, tearing it all apart. I thought this love would last forever, through rain, sleet, snow, and stormy weather. Ah, you took my heart and ran around with every single guy in town. Oh, you're breaking my heart, tearing it all apart, breaking my heart, tearing it all apart, breaking my heart, tearing it all apart. So that's just a simple 2-chord, G, A minor. Something you can do. You can actually change keys. You could play it up here. Which is pretty cool. And I'll get into more across the rows pretty soon. Just want to throw another one out there. If you enjoy this, if it helps you out at all, awesome. Hope to hear from you. And have a good one. Enjoy.